Hello everyone, welcome to Swim for Dummies. I don't know, I kind of want to change the name of this channel because I don't think it's nice to call you dummies, and also I don't want to get sued for the name. I saw that there's already a book called Swim for Dummies. But anyways, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Rosemary. I love making clothes and I love everything about fashion and design. If you think you like any of those things, you want to start your sewing journey, or you just love fashion, subscribe to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be finishing this dress that I started a while ago. I'm going to show you how I made these fabric covered buttons for this dress. These types of buttons are normally used for wedding dresses. Oh my god, my mom, I'm sorry, but these types of buttons are normally used for wedding dresses and they are normally used in couture, and I really wanted to implement that kind of style while I was making this dress. I started this dress about a year ago. I was really patient when looking for like the particular way I can implement this button style without taking away from the dress. I do have the tools to make the fabric covered button, but the thing is, the only buttons that I was able to get my hands on are these aluminium buttons. For one, I don't like the fact that it's aluminium because it's a peachy floral silk dress. I don't want the aluminium to show. I don't think it's nice. And also because of this button is two parts, so you see this will come off after a while. This is one that I sampled for my mom, but after a while it will fall off, and I do not want that to happen with this dress. I really like to make things in their finest quality. I'm a couture enthusiast. I like the idea of making clothes in their most beautiful and finest quality, so I don't mind taking my time to make these things. If you want to make buttons like this and you do not have the tools, or maybe you are just a couture enthusiast like me, you want to make the buttons this way, this video is for you. I'm going to show you how I made these to look good on the dress and to last longer. First thing I considered was the color of the dress. I didn't want to use colors that clash with the color of the dress, so yeah, I decided to look at my stash of fabric. Fortunately, I had this peachy silk chamois, and another type of fabric I used just to add like that soft pillowy look is this fleece fabric. It's also leftover from an old project I worked on, so you don't really need a lot of fabric. I could have used this other fabric. I'm gonna put the name here because I don't remember what it's called. Well, I decided to use the fleece fabric because it's thinner than the other one and it's just easy to use for smaller buttons. Okay, these are the buttons I'm using, and I decided I want that curve look. I decided to use a button that has like a curve on the top. So for this particular project, I am using 1/2 inch button. I don't really want to talk about measurement because it depends on the size of the button you're using. I'm just going to show you what techniques I use. First thing I did was cut the fabrics into small squares. After that, I cut them in circles, leaving like 2/8 of an inch maybe from the bottom. You can freehand cut this into a circle, or if you want, you can use a coin to cut out your circles. I made sure the outer fabric, which is the silk, is a little bit bigger than the inner fabric, which is the fleece fabric. The fleece fabric is almost the same size as the button that I will be using. After cutting out the circle, for the thread, I will be using my embroidery thread today and a very small needle. When threading the needle, make sure to tie only one end of the thread, not both together. do a running stitch around, leaving 1/8 of an inch for seam allowance. After that, you're just going to take your fleece fabric and put it in the middle. The type of fleece fabric I'm using is knitted back fleece fabric, so the softer part of the fabric will be facing the wrong side of the silk. I don't think I need to explain this if you can see what I'm doing, but anyways, I'm going to do so just to be clear. Okay, after that, I place the button on the fabric, making sure the curvy side of the button is facing the wrong side of the fleece fabric. You have to hold it with your index finger and your thumb in the middle, and then pull the thread to secure the button in the middle. Make sure you pull it as tight as possible, but not too tight that you break the thread or in the fabric, because remember we're using silk. Just tight enough that you will secure the button. I'm just going to like randomly stitch to ensure that the roundness is even. You're going to get like an equal roundness if you pull all the fabric. Okay, I'm going to do a hand embroidery stitch. So since we're doing embroidery, we want to use more thread. You're going to make sure you pull the two ends of the thread together. You sew a stitch going right under the stitches you've made, and you go up. And this time around, when you come down, you don't go under. You just take a tip from the bottom and a tip from the top. After you've covered the surface, you're going to turn it crosswise and do the same thing up and down. After you're done with the surface, you're not going to cut off the thread. On one side, you're going to make a chain, pinch a fabric, and then pass the thread around like you're going to tie the thread. From the knot you've already tied, you're going to sew into cross to the other end of the button. That's what you're going to use to attach the button to the fabric. Once you're done, you're just going to tie it. If you're using embroidery thread and you cut the thread, you can use a lighter to burn out the rough edge of the thread. If you're using like cotton thread, you can just sew under the stitches you've made and cut off the thread. And that's it. That's how you make a fabric covered button by hand without the use of any industrial tool or whatsoever. Anyways, thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, or if you just like me, you like hanging out with me, give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this one, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, share your thoughts and ideas in the comment below. See you in a week or two.